Onside kicking it as always, man. We got a special co-host,
Hi.
Nikki F. Baby.
Yeah, baby.
Obviously, co-host Sick as Fool is in Vegas right now, so what we decided to do was to have some fucking fun. My wife, Nikki F. Baby, knows nothing whatsoever about football. But what we're going to do, like always, is we're going to preview Week 15's games, starting with Thursday Night Football. You ready for this, y'all? Thursday Night Football tonight. We got the 49ers and the Seahawks. Who you got?
Seahawks.
Why?
49ers, like that's a math number, like for a team.
It's a math number?
Yeah.
And you don't like math?
I don't like math.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to tell you my pick. So I like the Seattle Seahawks to score less than 7.5 points in the first quarter only. I think they get off to a slow start. I'm hoping they score once tops in that first quarter, and we could book an easy pick. Overall, I'm going to go against wifey on this one. I got the 49ers. I think they cover by more than the 3 points.
Good for you, dude.
Next up, we got Saturday action for the first time all year, and I'm fucking amped for it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. First game, Colts, Vikings, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. Who you got, Colts or the Vikings?
Vikings, dude. It's the helmets for me. They have the horns, right?
Vikings have the horns.
Yeah, I'm going to go with them.
It's not a bad pick. I mean, honestly, Jeff Saturday, that whole experiment, he's the head coach of the Colts. She's looking at me like, who the fuck is Jeff Saturday? Well, he's playing his first Saturday game as a coach. And maybe, just maybe, there's something to that. However, the Vikings just came off of a really tough loss. I genuinely don't think that they can sit there and struggle yet again, especially against a team like the Colts, man. What's up, Sick as Fool? Let's go, man. We miss you, dog. How you feeling, bro? You feeling good? You winning out there? What it do, Linz? Oh, we got Vanessa in the house. Let's go. You know what that is.
It better be Lindy.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's some hottie.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, man, ultimately, I think the Vikings are going to put in work. Look, Vikings are overrated. We know that. But Colts are garbage, hot garbage. So I really think that's what's happening. L Train, what's popping, bro? Nice to see you, man. What up, Mrs. Ghost AF?
Hi. Who said that?
That's L Train, man.
Hello.
L Train's coming from Vegas in this situation as well. Honestly, Sick as Fool, you should have hit up L Train, man. You ain't met him yet, man, but he's cool people, bro, for real. We're going to do a quick recap just with the previews on the games, and then I'll go through spreads and what have you in a few moments, because we only got this co-host for like 15 minutes before she has to head out. Ravens and Browns, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard on Saturday. Who you got?
Ravens or Browns? Browns is a whack name for anything. I think of the dirtiest of things.
What you trying to say, man? What color's my skin tone, man?
No, like I'm thinking like flesh
I'm
in the
brown.
Browns, dude. Like I'm going with the other team.
You think about poop?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So you want the Ravens? You think the Ravens beat the Browns?
I think the Ravens are kind of like, they're the cheaters, right? They're like pretty ruthless, and the Steelers are not big fans because they're kind of a hard team to play.
We hate them.
Okay, I'll go with the Ravens.
All right, Ravens it is. Hope she's wrong. Dolphins and Bills, 5:15 Pacific Standard on Saturday night prime time.
Dolphins or Bills? I'm going to go with the Dolphins because Sean is a Dolphin fan.
Hey, and speaking of Sean.
And it's his birthday. Shout out to Sean.
Shout out to Sean. He's in the chat, by the way. Lovely timing. Nick might take your job, Ghost, is what he says, of course. It is his birthday. Very special birthday today. He just turned, I think it was 51 years old. Was that what it was, Sean? He's like, motherfucker, I still got a few more years. Shout out to Sean, though, man. Happy birthday. What else we got? My girls all screamed. Hey, shout out to your daughters as well, man. Miss you guys, man. We got to get the fam together. Now we're moving to the Sunday action, Nick. Falcons, Saints, 10 a.m.
I'm going to go with the Saints.
The Saints?
Yeah.
What you
The
like about the
Saints are
Saints?
supposed to be good, and I'm feeling like Christmas spirit. So like Saint Nick. That's what I think of.
Okay. So you think the Saints win because of Saint Nick,
Saint Nick.
and the Falcons, I mean, it is an animal. It's a bird. You like birds? You got a couple birds.
I don't have Falcons though.
All right, Saints it is. I'll take that. Saints. Eagles versus the Bears, 10 a.m.
Duh, Bears. No, we don't like the Bears.
Eagles or Bears?
I'll go with the Eagles.
Hey, Eagles, I got a lot of fantasy riding on the Eagles.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is my quarterback for the Eagles. A.J. Brown, my wide receiver on the Eagles.
I'll stay with Eagles.
Let's go. Eagles it is. Chiefs, AJ Sick as Fool's favorite team, versus the Texans.
We'll have to go with the Chiefs. Didn't they go to the Super Bowl last year?
Not last year, but a few years back. They won a few years back.
I'll go with them.
So you like the Chiefs?
Yep.
Texans only have one win all year, so I think that pick is safe.
Good.
All right, next up. Cowboys, Jaguars.
Meow.
What that mean?
Jaguar is a cat. I
She
picked them.
meowing on us, dog. So listen, man, it's easy pick for her. Jaguars are a cat team, and the Cowboys, you just,
No,
you don't like Cowboys?
not a country girl myself.
Not a country girl. You heard it here first, y'all. Meow, Jaguars all day.
All day.
Matchup of animals is going to be definitely difficult, Sick as Fool. We'll see where she goes with that one. So we got the Lions versus the Jets, 10 a.m. game. New York Jets versus the Detroit Lions.
I don't like Detroit.
You don't like Detroit Lions?
I'm going to be a jet setter. Is that what the Jets are? Is it like Jets, like a jet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like
yeah,
a real jet in the air, yeah.
I'm taking them. I'll take that over Detroit.
Jets
for sure.
over Detroit. Cardinals, Broncos, first afternoon game. Denver Broncos versus the Arizona Cardinals.
I think I will go with the Cardinals because I would move to Arizona
You would move to AZ?
before I would ever move to Colorado.
Don't you want to like have a combo with me first? Like, do you think I would move to AZ?
I think you would if I convinced you enough.
You think you can convince me to leave Cali?
Eventually. I've been working on it. Slow process.
I'll give you one thing. The homie, Marcus Wheaton, lives in AZ. I have considered it deep down inside, but only because he swears the place is beautiful.
And they allow a lot of animals that California doesn't. So I'm ready to move. Jet setters.
So AZ, you can have whatever pet you like. That's the main reason you want to move there?
Yes.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. Now, we're going to play a game on this one.
Okay.
First game is where are these teams playing?
Okay.
So we got the Patriots versus the Raiders. Where do the Patriots play?
I don't know. Some weird state. But I know the other one is a Cali team.
Which one?
You said Raiders.
Patriots and Raiders.
Raiders are from California, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And their teammate, or their like super fans are kind of vicious
They're a little
and
vicious.
scary.
So they moved to Vegas now. So it's actually Las Vegas Raiders now.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. And the Patriots, you want to guess where they're from?
New York?
Close. They got a new in their name.
New Hampshire?
New England. So they play in Boston.
Oh my God, I was about to say something crazy.
Well, let's keep that on the low.
I'll keep that on the low.
New England Patriots versus the Raiders. Who you got?
Wait, what?
New England Patriots versus the Raiders. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Patriots. They are the ones that cheat with the
Yeah,
the
that's
ball
the
and all that.
cheaters.
Okay, I'm gonna go with them.
You like cheaters?
I married you.
Oh, shit. Next game, guys. We got the Titans and the Chargers. So first question, where do the Titans play?
Titans. I don't know, dude. East Coast.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee Titans
Okay.
or the blank Chargers? Where the Chargers play?
Where do the Chargers play? In one of the Dakotas?
The Chargers play in the Dakota, South Dakota.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How'd you know that?
I have no idea.
Okay. It's the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh my God, wait, that's P's team.
No.
No?
That's the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh God. Why do they have so many teams in California?
We got a lot going on today, y'all. Normally she's taking care of the animals, so forgive us. But as you can tell, she likes animals. So who you got? Los Angeles Chargers or the Tennessee Titans?
Chargers.
All right. Bengals, Buccaneers.
Bengals.
Where the Bengals play?
I know this one. Cincinnati.
Good job. Where the Buccaneers play?
Yeah, let's go. Wait, Buccaneers? I don't know that one at all. I'm not even gonna guess because
Tampa
last
Bay.
time it didn't work out for me.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
I gave you a high
Tampa
five and
Bay is
everything. What an
that's in
asshole.
Florida. Yeah, that was so rude.
That was so rude, but I got you. I got you good. Last game is a Sunday night game. Last Sunday game, Sunday night game. Giants and Commanders. So where do the Giants play?
New York.
Good job.
I knew that one.
And what about the Commanders?
I've never heard the command. I feel like you're joking me right now. I don't even
No.
think that's a real team. It's a real team?
Yeah.
Commanders is a real team. Okay.
I'll give you this one because, listen, they weren't the Commanders. They used to be the Redskins.
Oh, because it was like racist.
Yeah, you know, it was definitely
Controversial. Okay.
Definitely switched it up from the Redskins to the football team, and then now they're officially the Commanders. Shout out to Chevy P. Hey!
Godfather P.
Nice to see you in here, bro. Shout out to Maynard too, man. My fault. I'm not paying attention to the chat, y'all. Shout out to Maynard. Nice to see you on here. What does Nick want now? A wig wham? You're going to have to elaborate for the wig wham. We don't know what wig wham is, bro. Sounds even more racist than the Washington original football name, if you know what I mean. Okay. So who you got? Giants, Commanders?
I'm going to go with the Giants because there's a lot of conspiracy theories about Giants, and I'm here for the conspiracy theories.
What's the conspiracy theories about Giants?
That they low-key live inside Earth still, and they're like 10 feet tall.
Oh, you think there's still giants living right now, and they're inside the lava crust of the Earth or whatever?
They're low-key in the Shasta Mountain.
In the Shasta Mountain?
Yeah. In California.
Oh,
I'm trying to tell you, I want to get an Airbnb and check it out.
So you want to get an Airbnb in Shasta, California, and
by the Shasta Mountain.
You try to encounter a giant?
I mean, I at least want to like go in the little area where they mingle.
You want to? Oh shit!
It's cool.
I mean, that's a good reason to pick the Giants over the Commanders. You know, there potentially could be giants on Earth as we know it in the Shasta Mountains in Cali. Conspiracy theoried out.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Shit, dude. I can't argue. That's guys. If you're not peeping the logic, you're gonna lose a lot of money this week because you got to just know what time it is, bro. She clearly has an edge. Last game of the week. Oh, this is cool. That's the last game. It's a Monday night game. Rams, Packers.
Ugh, the Rams, dude. No offense to you Packer fans.
Aren't you from Wisconsin?
I mean, yeah.
And you still got to pick Chevy P, the Godfather's team.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Hey, those are Nick's picks, man. First of all, I want to say thanks for joining us today. I know you got a lot of shit to do. Next time, hopefully you won't be so rushed and you can stay for a longer period of time.
Yeah, I gotta go get them babies.
We're going to start having her look on Instagram and find some funny-ass videos in the midst of us talking and yapping here. But thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Go pick up the kiddos.
Have fun. Bye.
All right, guys, we're going to get serious now. Obviously, her picks are fucking on point. Be careful going against those picks of hers, man. I try myself. I'm in a couple confidence pools. And let me tell you, I always try and go against her. Shit never works out. I do all this research, figure out reasons why, and this girl comes in here and just starts talking shit about the team and why they're going to win. And she's accurate. Sick as Fool says, good job, Nick.
Thank you.
Isn't it Shasta Mountains in South Dakota? Sean said.
No, I was Googling it.
No, he's making a joke because you thought the South Dakota Chargers were a team.
Oh.
I high-fived her and everything. I'm such an asshole. She ain't never going to come on here again, guys. She ain't never going to come on here again. All jokes aside, drive safely.
Bye.
All jokes aside, you guys, I'm going to get serious. I'm going to preview these games. Let me pull up the spreads because I know that's what we all waiting for. We want to know what the spreads are looking like in these games. And I'll go over some of the teasers that I like, some of the plays that I like. All jokes aside. First things first. Hope y'all are having a good day, man. I'm having one hell of a day, man. It's been fun. Listen, don't forget. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Helps the algos, gets us in front of more people. I'm a murk this dog when she's gone. Kobe, chill. At Onside Kicking It on all socials. That's of course on YouTube, which you're watching now. Twitter. I almost said Facebook. No. Instagram, TikTok. Also, my co-host, you can see his name. We kept it up here, kept it in everything, so y'all don't forget. At Sick as Fool is just vacating in Vegas. Please do me a favor. Follow him on all platforms as well. It's not just at Onside Kicking It and at I Am Ghost. It's also at Sick as Fool on all platforms. Give him a follow. One thing I want to tell you guys on this whole YouTube scenario, if you like and you subscribe, you could also hit the bell. This is something I always forget to mention. If you hit the bell, it'll actually alert you when we go live. This way you don't catch it late, or God forbid I miss you on a text message when I try and reach out to the people that want to show us support. And, obviously there's some people that are going to be watching this that don't have my cell phone number. At the end of the day, if you hit that bell, it'll just give you an alert that someone's going live on our channel, or a new short was posted, or a new video was uploaded, etc. Hit that bell. I promise you it'll be a lot easier that way for you to be included and have some fun with us. It's free. We're not asking for any dollars. We don't need any compensation from you guys. We're all doing very well in our lives. We just love talking football, and we want to be in front of you guys and have an audience to talk to, man, because the shit's just flat out fun. So I appreciate you guys showing me support, man. Let me catch up with the chat real quick, man. Chevy P, I miss you. I love you, bro. You know what time it is. Yes, sir. So, AJ, who we riding on tonight's game? I'm here in spirit. You always are. Breaking the sports book one day at a time. You already know, bro. AJ, I'm going to be honest with you, man. This game seems very trap game to me, man. Seattle struggled last week. Niners are blowing teams out of the water. I won't mention the teams they blew out of the water a couple weeks back, but last week they did beat the Bucks, and I kind of felt like this would happen. The Bucks offense is just awful, and the Niners defense is just phenomenal. Now the Seahawks are getting Walker back. I think that's a huge deal for their run game. I think this is the only thing that could potentially help balance their attack. And with that being said, I think the Seahawks will actually give the Niners more of a run for their money, because defensively, this team picked off Tom Brady twice. They've got a lot of interceptions over the past 3 games. I think they've gotten 2 picks per game. And I think Purdy is going to have to continue, excellence, Mr. Irrelevant himself. And I think that's a tough task. The first game against the Dolphins, he kind of got thrown into the Wolves. He was already with the lead, so he didn't really have to do much but just make his reads and make it happen. Last week against the Bucks, there was a blocked punt. His defense obviously put in work. And although he was responsible for 3 total touchdowns, I think a team effort is just getting him there. I don't know if this greatness is going to continue. I think now that we have some film on him, defenders can really start to... And let's face it, man. I liked Pete Carroll when he used to coach for USC. And AJ always goes hard on the coaching aspect of it. Shanahan's a G, don't get it misconstrued. But Pete Carroll is a defensive-minded coach. And I think ultimately he can cause some misdirections and look like you're in cover 2, drop back in a man, press at the line, get the timing off of some of these players. And I just ultimately can kind of foresee Seattle really giving the Niners a hard time, and it ain't going to be a walk in the park like it's been the last couple of weeks. That's just my opinion. But I do think it's going to be a lower scoring affair because of both defenses being so on point. As long as we don't get a crazy interception or fumble for a touchdown, I think the game stays relatively slow. With no Debo, yes, uptick for CMC. Yes, I agree with that. No Debo, that's also going to hurt the Niners. I think Kittle actually benefits more than CMC, because I think Ayuk will draw some of those double teams. I think Kittle over the middle. And I think ultimately, because CMC is there, this is where Kittle has one of his breakout games, which he hasn't had all year, to be quite honest with you. So I'm looking at a prop bet of Kittle. I think it was 5 catches and 50 yards, but I'll confirm before the end of the show. But the prop bet that I like for him is a touchdown. I still just like this one bet that I looked at. The Seattle Seahawks to score less than 7.5 points. And why I like this pick is because if you look at the first half line, it's Seattle 9.5 points. Also, the over-under is 21 points, and they have an under for the Niners over-under at 10.5. So if you do the math, Niners score 10.5. Seattle scores 9.5. We're at 20 points. The over-under is 21. Obviously, it all adds up there. But if 9.5 points, they're thinking through a whole half of football, I think it's a very good chance that they don't score more than twice in the first quarter. And if it is, maybe 2 field goals, hopefully. So I like the 7.5, less than 7.5 points, Seattle. I love that line more than anything. Hopefully I hit that, and then I'll have some chips to play in the second half where I can make some adjustments based upon how the teams are playing. So that's that. Overall, I think the Niners will cover, but this is one of those games where I call it a trap game. I'm gonna go against the grain because Seattle's been balling. It's hard to sweep a team. This is a divisional matchup. They're on the road this time around. They got a quarterback that has only a few games under his belt. I ultimately believe that the Seahawks somehow get it done because they have Walker back. So that's my pick for that particular game. AJ, I'm trying to find your message, bro, so I can pull up this line, man. So forgive me, guys. Here it is. All right. Copy. Any questions in the chat, fantasy-wise, man? Playoffs started in both of the leagues I'm in. Should be all around. This is the time where shit gets real because if you got one game this week and you get knocked out of playoffs, as far as fantasy football is concerned, that shit hurts because you got here. You got to the fantasy playoffs. You got your ticket. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Don't overthink. People that got you there, continue to give them an opportunity to take you to the homeland. Those of you that got a bye week, piss off your blokes. I'm hot about that. I'm in a league right now where I finished in second place, had the best record, second in points, and we got no bye week. 8 people in playoffs. I'm hot. So yeah, if you made playoffs and you got a bye week, piss off your blokes. All right, let's pull it up. NFL full games. Obviously, we already talked about the Niner game, but just to clarify, Niners are favored by 3 points on the road against Seattle. Over-under is now 43 points for the overall game. Team over-under for the Niners, 24. Team over-under for the Seahawks, 20. Again, I'm only taking a stab at the first half for the Seahawks to score less than 7.5 points in the first quarter. Not my first half line like always. It's the first quarter. Less than 7.5, Seahawks. Next game, first game on Saturday. We got the Indianapolis Colts. They're getting 4 points against the Minnesota Vikings. And then this one is in Minnesota. Over-under is 47.5. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This over-under bothers me. I think that's a lot of points. And considering the Vikings defense has been wishy-washy all year, I can see Jonathan having a day. JT having a day. I can see him putting up a pretty beastie-ass game this week, which I face him in one of my leagues. Not too happy and not too excited about it. But I'm hoping that the Vikings get enough of a lead to kind of eliminate him. In a half PPR league, he catches passes too, so it kind of sucks. But yeah, man, I think the Vikings bounce back with a vengeance. In fact, this is kind of an easy one for me. I like the Vikings -4 at home against the Colts. The only thing that concerns me is it's kind of a primetime game. Kirk Cousins is not the best primetime player. I say primetime, it's not an evening game, so that's what kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable about it. But just knowing that all eyes are on you. It's a Saturday morning game. Now, one of the things that also came into my mind is Kirk Cousins eating a turkey twice that I've seen. Once when he played for Washington, and of course, he ate a turkey on Thanksgiving. So it's not that he's awful in primetime, but when there's one team playing, he's not so bad. But if it's like a designated primetime game, which I would classify that as the Saturday night game and the Sunday night game and the Monday night game and tonight's game, Thursday night game. So I kind of went back and forth, but I think ultimately Kirk Cousins has a really good game this week. I think they handled the Colts by more than 4 points, no problem. As a Steeler fan, we pretty much manhandled the Colts. They're not a good football team. And I think that's going to change. This is a perfect opportunity for the Vikings to show the league that they're still top 5 teams in the NFL. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. Nikki F. Baby decided to choose the Ravens. You know, forgive her, you guys. She doesn't understand that if the Ravens lose to the Browns, this would help the Steelers ultimately playoff wise and still give us an outside chance to get into the postseason. So forgive her. I'm actually calling an upset here. And I don't know if it's technically an upset because the Ravens are getting 3 points technically, where the Browns are giving 3 points. But the reason why I give the advantage to the Browns is because their defense is solid. And without Lamar Jackson at the helm, I just find it really difficult to think that the Ravens can actually put up some points and move the ball efficiently. I think this is the game Watson kind of almost feels like he has nothing to lose. They're in desperate need of a win. They're at home. It's a divisional game. They still have an outside chance to make the postseason. I think Nick Chubb, who's been lackluster the past few weeks, I think he has a beastly game this week against the Ravens, and partly because I think the Browns get out to an early lead. And I think with that early lead, I don't think this game's going to be as close as it seems to look on paper. We're basing all of this upon Deshaun Watson's play as of late, or in general. And the Ravens don't really have a quarterback that's putting up work. Huntley got a concussed. I don't even know if he's going to be starting, so that also makes me kind of lean towards the Browns. So I'm going Browns at home, divisional must win, to cover by more than 3 points against the Baltimore Ravens. As far as the over-under goes of 38 points, I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. I want to lean towards the under, but at the same time, I don't know if Nick Chubb's going to have one of those games where he has 2 carries for over 50-plus yard touchdowns, and that's how he does it, and they just, defense puts up points and all that nasty shit. So I'm staying away from the over-under. It looks way too low and enticing. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I most importantly think the Browns probably shut the Ravens out, to be honest with you, but they'll cover the 3 points, no problem. Next up, we're going to talk about Sean's team. We got the Miami Dolphins +7 against the Buffalo Bills. 7 points is disrespectful. Yeah, I'm being honest, man. To get 7 points in a divisional game is disrespectful. I understand the Dolphins are kind of in the hot seat right now, right? They were undefeated when Tua started and finished the game until they met the Niners. And even with Garoppolo going down, Dolphins just couldn't get in that game and win. And then the very next week, against the Chargers, they drop another one. So everyone's just off the Dolphins now. Just off the Dolphins. And I think that's why you're seeing the Bills with 7-point favorites. Can the Bills mollywop them? Sure. Last time I checked, Dolphins beat them in a really tight, close game where Tua actually got concussed, shouldn't have returned that game, somehow came in on the second half and finished the game to get a win. Number one, I think that kind of gives the Dolphins a good timing for this game. They're in a must-win game. The heat's off them. No one's really looking at them as contenders anymore. All you hear is Niners and Bills and Eagles, maybe Vikings even. No one's talking about the Bills. They're talking about the Chiefs, Chargers even now. I think that's too high. I think that's genuinely too high. In a divisional game that I can potentially see the Dolphins winning, I got to take the 7 points. I think it's hard for the Dolphins to lose 3 games in a row. I think it's equally as hard to sweep the Bills, especially this time on the road. But I think they got to keep this game close. I think they got to keep this game close. I can see the Bills kicking a field goal at the end to win, but I can see this being a really hard time for the Bills, and it's not going to be that easy. So, oddly enough, I got the Dolphins +7 against the Bills. Sunday, first Sunday game, 10 a.m. We're going to go through those slots. Amy, I just seen a chat by Amy, but I don't know what happened. It popped out for a second. So if you in here, Amy, man, shout out to Amy, man. I miss you, man. It's always good to see you. Next up, we got Atlanta Falcons and the Saints. Atlanta's getting 4 points. No Mariota. Saints are giving 4 points. It's a 10 a.m. game. Andy Dalton doesn't have to worry about being in the limelight. That loss that they took against the Bucks probably stung so bad. I don't like the 4 points, I'm going to be honest with you. But I genuinely don't know without Mariota, who's a perfect game manager, how they can expect to be putting up some points. I don't see how they can put up a lot of points. With that being said, I actually kind of like the under in this game. The over-under is 43.5. I think 10 points a quarter max is what this team's combined to put up. So I'm actually going with under 43.5. As far as the spreads go, Atlanta plus 4, don't like it. I'm going to go with the Saints minus 4 at home against the Falcons. No parlay, just another one for the under 43.5 points. Next game, we got Detroit Lions versus the New York Jets. Yeah, nice to see you, Amy. Detroit Lions versus the New York Jets. Detroit is getting 1.5 points. Jets are giving 1.5 points at home. This one's really tricky for me because, to be quite honest with you, Detroit's been playing really good ball all year. Week 1, losing 38-35 to the Eagles. They lost to the Bills, which they had a lead on Turkey Day. They've been competitive all year, and then they're just coming off of an upset, which was weird. It wasn't really an upset for some reason. They were sitting there at 6-7 or some crazy shit, going up against the Vikings, and they were favored. And sure enough, they won, which was weird because the Vikings were 10-2. So, Gabe, is it me or does it keep freezing? Hey, man, maybe it is freezing. If so, let me know, please. If anyone else is experiencing the freeze or the lag, let me know. Hopefully it's just Gabe in his podunk state with awful internet. But yeah, so Detroit's been playing really good ball, bottom line. They're getting 1.5 points. Jets haven't really been playing too well. I think Detroit's trying to make a run, man. I think they're trying to make a run. I wouldn't be surprised, in other words, if they make the postseason on a crazy run. They've been playing really good ball. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions plus 1.5 against the Jets. And the over-under is 44.5. I like the over. Lions seem to give up a pretty decent amount of points each week. Jets offense is looking pretty sharp. Their defense is really good, though. Yeah, I don't like the over. I lied. I'm not touching the over-under in this game, guys. I can't do it. I can see the Jets defense really doing some harm to Goff. Now that he actually has a chance to get in the postseason, sneak in back door, it's going to be some pressure, and Goff's never been good under pressure. So I changed my mind. I don't like the over-under at all. 44.5, not touching it. Only thing I like in this game is I think the Detroit Lions actually win this game outright. So I'll take Detroit plus 1.5 against the Jets. I'm starting to hate that too, guys. It's in New York. Damn, I got to change my mind all around on this one. Damn, I'm realizing the Jets defense has been serious this year. Yeah, scratch all that. Jets minus 1.5 against the Detroit Lions. Jets minus 1.5 against the Detroit Lions. Book it. Next up, we got the Chiefs and the Texans. Chiefs and Texans. Shout out to Sick as Fool, man. I'm hot right now. I picked up Driscoll in my other league. I really wanted to pick up Driscoll in this league, and I just couldn't find a player to drop. And little did I know when I dropped Elijah Mitchell, because he was in my IR slot, I just figured I had a maximum capacity roster. Rookie move. Had a spot available for him, and I missed out on him. I think Driscoll's scary because in fantasy football terms, he plays as a tight end and a quarterback, technically. But it's very similar to the Taysom Hill. He had 7 carries in the red zone. I think he put up 35 yards. He threw a touchdown. They split the snaps, 32 snaps apiece, Mills and Driscoll. With that being said, that's a sneaky little play right there, man. especially for Sick as Fool. He's been having tight end issues all year. Definitely concerned about him. I don't think you have the balls to start him right now, obviously. That would make or break your week, in my honest opinion. But at the same time, if you make it past me in the first round of playoffs, bro, and you see some time and he's getting some playing time, that's kind of scary. The reason I bring this up from a fantasy perspective is because last week the Texans were playing the Cowboys. And everyone thought it would be a landslide because the Cowboys have been playing really good ball. And it came down to a late touchdown by Ezekiel for them to go ahead and win that game. With that being said, the Texans did something they hadn't done all year. They played two quarterbacks 50-50 split. And I think that's really difficult for teams to kind of understand, especially if it's like that wildcat offense like Taysom Hill plays, where he could run the ball as well and clearly effectively pass it. He went 6 for 8, 41 yards, 59 yards, and a touchdown. So that's pretty scary. I don't think the Chiefs blow them out like that. I really don't. I think they win, no problem. Be very surprised if they somehow lost the game. They're not going to give the Texans their second win. But if they're not really focused on this game because it's the 1-10 Texans, I think the best thing that happened to them is they implemented those two quarterbacks last week against the Cowboys, because now as Chiefs are, Andy Reid's a beast, great coach. He'll at least get them all prepared for it. So I don't see this being a trap game to an extent where they lose the game. But like Sick as Fool says, although that's his favorite team, guess what? They're not covering spreads. And 2 touchdowns in the NFL is a very large amount of points. Over-under on the game is really high also, 49.5, which is really odd to me because to me they're telling me that the Chiefs are going to put up 45 points to the 15 points, or I'm sorry, 35 points to the 15 points the Texans, or even 40-10 type move. I don't know how much and how many points the Texans are going to score. I'll be honest with you. I don't like the over-under on that game at all. If I had to choose, I'm taking the Texans plus 14 against the Chiefs uncomfortably. Let's pull up the next game here. And again, I got Texans plus 14 against the Chiefs uncomfortably. Legit uncomfortably. Gabriel Womack, man, you don't suck. Your inner warrior can hear you. You're a beast, bro. The shit that you've encountered in life and the leaps and bounds you've taken since everything, much respect to you, man. If any of y'all knew the story of this man, you guys would not only appreciate the lives you live, but you would understand what hard work, perseverance, and everything does for you. Shout out to Gabe, man. Love you, brother. All right, let's pull up this next game here. It's so weird without a co-host, y'all. You know, usually, you get the banter, chalk it up, back and forth, that. I got a few viewers in here right now, and I'm like, yo, y'all feeling me? Y'all like my picks so far? Y'all feeling good? And then it's so delayed by the time you hear this, I'm going to be already on to the picks and probably miss shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. Some things will never be the same. I think I fucked that Tupac line up. Come on, bro. You said he's from Cali? Anyways, next up on tap, Eagles in Chicago. So the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields are playing the Philadelphia Eagles. You know Justin Fields wants to be on that Jalen Hurts level, but he's more like a Kyler Murray. That's interesting to see, though, if Justin Fields steps up to the occasion, because the Eagles have really good defense. I mean, they give up a lot of points. They're more like a bend, don't break type of D. But, yeah, man, it's partly because they got so many leads that they just kind of chill. Eagles are favored by 9 points. It's a lot of points. Total over-under 48.5. All right. Eagles in Chicago over 48.5 is what I like. That -9 bothers me a lot. I believe I have this in one of my teasers. I think I teased this one down at 3 points. I think it was 2.5 at the time I did it. But yeah, if I'm taking anything in this game, I got the Eagles and the Bears over 48.5 points. Uncomfortable 9 points. I'd lean towards the Eagles -9, but I don't like that spread. Next up, man, this is my squad. Very disappointed to get that loss last week to the Ravens, man. We really needed that win. We'd have been sitting at 6-7, a few games back, a couple games back from wild card, a few games back from division, with some key divisional opponents coming up. So that one really hurt to lose, man. I'm not gonna lie. Losing Pickett really did. It hurt us, man. You know, getting your QB to get concussed when we finally have him, 4 games in a row without any turnovers. It would have been really cool to see him finish that game and probably get a win against the Ravens. We had an opportunity late, couldn't stop him on defense. Just a catastrophe. But this week, we're traveling to Carolina, trying to right our ship. We're actually getting 3 points against the Panthers. Believe that. The Steelers are getting 3 points against the Panthers. This tells me that Vegas does not think Pickett's going to play, considering this is the second time he's been concussed. I would be very, very shocked if he suited up. So here's my play on this game. If Kenny Pickett is starting, I'm taking any points they're willing to give me. Probably money line it. Watch them terrorize the Panthers. Over-under's 37.5. And although that sounds so low, Sean hit me up on the side. He's like, yo, man, under in the Steeler-Panther game. I can see that. I can see that happening. As low as that is, I definitely like the under 37.5 between the Steelers and the Panthers. The only thing I can't do, I can't touch this game until I find out if Pickett's playing. If Pickett's playing, I'm confident that the Steelers win this game. I think the line changes also, but I still think we're getting points, or maybe they change it to a pick'em if anything. But I think they know something. Mitch ain't gonna get it done. To be honest with you, Mitch probably still will get it done. He came in like a wrecking ball, trying to, duplicate what Pickett was doing. Some history on Mitch, bro. He's awful, obviously. He's just not doing well. So we finally bench him for Pickett. Pickett throws 8 picks in 3 games. Then he finally has no picks, no turnovers in 4 games in a row. Of course, Mitch is relied to come on out again, and he's like, well, shit, if this guy threw 8 picks taking risks, and they were mad at that, and they were mad that I wasn't taking the risks, I'm going to let it fly. And he let it fly. We had 3 turnovers in the damn red zone. With that being said, I think he dials back a little bit, makes a little bit more, better decisions. And I still think we can potentially beat the Panthers. I just want to see and feel when I know who's playing at QB. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And to be quite honest with you, I get it. They struggled against the Texans, but I can't understand still why the Jaguars are only getting 4 points. It just seems really, really, really weird to me. In my eyes, I think the Cowboys run away with this game. I think they terrorize the Jaguars like no other. But at the same token, that's one of those spreads, you guys, that just bother me so much. It's like, how? Jaguars have been playing pretty good. Trevor Lawrence has been playing pretty well. Don't get it misconstrued. But the Cowboys are the most complete. Look, between the Eagles and the Cowboys and the NFC, I don't think there's a more complete team. I really don't. They almost got a scare against the Texans. If anything, they want to get a lead in this game and step on necks and not come from behind. So I actually like the Cowboys, although it's a scary, sketchy spread. Makes no sense to me. I'm going to still go with the Cowboys, -4 points against the Jags, because I don't want to overthink it either. Over-under is 48 points. It's fairly high. I think the Jaguars will struggle to put up some points against the Cowboys. I get it. The Texans threw me for a loop. 2 quarterbacks. Yeah. I don't think the Jaguars put up that many points. So I'll probably look at a team under on this game when they post it. And I'll probably be taking a team under for the Jaguars. But bottom line, I like the Cowboys -4 against the Jaguars. Arizona Cardinals First 1 o'clock game of the day, Pacific Standard. We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Denver Broncos. And this game is weird because I really don't know what's going on. I know Kyler Murray is, unfortunately, it's wraps for him. Very unfortunate, no contact. Obviously, he's out for the year. Denver Broncos, I don't know if you guys saw, but Russell Wilson had a golf ball implanted in his forehead after that concussion. Man, that looked wild. I would find it really hard to believe that he's coming in to play. So you got basically, in a sense, 2 backup QBs. The thing is before Belichick went to halftime and made some adjustments, McCoy was actually playing pretty well. He really was. McCoy was playing pretty well. But you're going against Belichick, and he's the best at playing QBs that like weren't designed to play, or rookies, or whatever the case may be. You got a rookie QB, you got a second-year QB, you got a fifth-year QB, you got a 20-year QB. I don't care what it is. If they're not supposed to be in that game and they get thrown in, and there's a halftime in between that time frame, trust me when I tell you, Belichick's going to pick it apart. So with that being said, Denver Broncos have better defense than Arizona. Whoever would get points in this game is who I'd probably have to roll with. So I think the Broncos win, to be honest with you. Just because the defense is better. But I think Arizona has better position players. McCoy to D-Hop. It's not a hard connection. You just got to throw it up for grabs. James Conner, really good running back. I got to go Cardinals +3 against the Denver Broncos. Next up, we got the New England Patriots against the Raiders. New England's getting 1 point. They just haven't been playing really good ball. Back to them, they played the Cardinals last week. They were low-key getting beat, just beat up, bullied. And then, obviously, McCoy, at halftime, adjustments were made. And then they shut them out. Their defense absolutely shut out the Cardinals. The Raiders were on a roll. They had some momentum. I was riding high on them for a few weeks. It's really hard to trust them. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I mean, they came out swinging. They had a 2-score lead against the Rams, and then they blew it. Coaching's a big deal here, and I think ultimately Belichick is the better coach, of course. I just don't see the Patriots winning this game, though. So there's that whole Tuck rule back in the day. There's a lot of animosity between these two organizations. I think arguably the Raiders probably would have won the Super Bowl that year if that Tuck rule didn't happen in favor of Tom Brady. So I'm going to go with the Raiders -1 point against the New England Patriots playing in Vegas, baby. Just win, baby. Just win. Next up on deck, we got the Tennessee Titans going to Los Angeles Chargers. Spread. Tennessee's getting 3 points. Chargers given 3 points. Over-unders 46.5 points. Whew. Look, I haven't liked the Titans all year. Derrick Henry's a monster, but the second they go back, they're playing from behind. He's not the guy that's going to catch 15 passes like Eckler out the backfield. Can he? Yeah. He's had some long catches this year, to be honest with you, yards after catch, but they get game scripted out of games really easily. And the Chargers, they just beat the Dolphins. So the Chargers are riding high right now. You know, I think they're finally starting to get healthy. You know, Herbert got injured earlier in the year. Keenan Allen was injured. Of course, Mike Williams was injured. Eckler's been like the only player that's been not injured the entire year, to be honest. And I think even at one point he was banged up. With that being said, they're getting healthy at the right time. It's kind of scary. Offensively, I think that they're going to, as good as defense the Tennessee Titans have, as good as their defense is, I think the Chargers run away with this one. Not a blowout by all means, but I think they cover the 3 points. I do. I think they'll cover the 3 points. My line on this game, though, would just simply be Chargers money line against the Titans. That's what I'm taking. I got the Chargers money line against the Titans. Over under 46.5. Look, the Chargers defense hasn't been all that this year. Titans, even if they, if the Chargers get ahead and the Titans got to put up some points, I'm convinced that they could put up some points, but 46.5 is a lot. I still like it. Over 46.5, Tennessee Titans and the Chargers. Next up, we got the Bengals and the Bucks. Obviously, Nikki F. Baby chose the Bengals because of their cat team. Look, the Buccaneers suck. I don't know what it is offensively. They suck. I mean, Brady won't get sacked. He just throws the ball in a split second. He had a couple picks last week against the Niners. He's just not able to get the ball where he needs to. And I don't know if it's the confusion between Rachaad White and Lenny Fournette. The run game's kind of suspect all of a sudden. You would think with Mike Evans and Godwin and Julio Jones, as old as he is, he's still capable. You would think he has enough weapons to move the ball methodically. But it just hasn't clicked all year. Hasn't clicked all year. And I know at one point in the year he had no receivers, but even when he got them back, it's like nothing changed. This is a game that on paper looks like a no-brainer. It looks like the Bengals will beat the Bucks. Like a money line Bengals no-brainer. That's what it looks like to me. And it's just one of those fishy things to me. I can just totally see the Bucks just upsetting the Bengals after the Bengals just beat the Dolphins. And after the Bucks just got mollywopped by the Niners. But this game right here is the fight. It's the fight in the team. Do they have what it takes? What it do, Todd? Do the Bucks have what it takes? You know, you look at Brady on the sideline, this is disgusting. He's yelling, he's hot. Now, this is the GOAT, man. He got 7 rings. Does the team turn their back on him and go, man, this dude's too old to play? No. I think they rally behind him. Now, again, partly, I hope the Bucks upset the Bengals at home. Yeah, sure. Gives the Steelers that much more of an opportunity to try and steal the division, that hopeless romantic I have for my team, sure. But just being real, this is the NFL, and this is how it works. Just when you think you got it all figured out, and teams are rolling, and it's a no-brainer, Bengals win this game, no-brainer. This is the time where it doesn't happen. I say the Bucks win this game. Money line's pointless, 165 to win 100. I'd much rather just take 3.5 points just in case they lose by a late last-minute field goal. But I think the Bucks keep this game close. I think they actually upset the Bengals, but I'll take the 3.5 points. Over-under's 48. Very hard to trust the Bucks offense. I don't know what I'm going to get. They're going to get shut out and skunked. That could happen too. So I don't like the over-under. Next game, Sunday night game. To end the Sunday night game, we got the Giants and the Commanders, which is extremely odd. If you guys remember, 2 weeks ago, I had the Giants plus the points. That's what I had. Giants plus the points. They tied. I won. Don't get it twisted. I won. A tie, you win. Then they had a bye week. I think it was Washington maybe? There was a bye week. Bottom line, they're playing the same team twice in a row, which is just weird, man. It's so weird. It's like an extension of this overtime game. So I gotta feel the same way about it. I gotta take the points, right? That's what makes sense to me. Let me see this spread one more time. All right. Giants are now getting 4.5 points, man. Look. Giants plus 4.5. That's what I'm going with. Over under 40.5. I don't like it at all. I got under minus 40.5. Last game was finished at 20-20, and that was even in overtime. I don't think this one goes to overtime. I think the Giants win outright, so I kind of like a money line on the odds here, 175 to win 100. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going Giants, money line, 175. Separate, I'm going to also take Giants plus 4.5. And then lastly, I'll do the over, 40.5. That's my pick on that game. Last game of the week is the Packers and the Rams. I'll tell you what, you guys. The spread, again, 7 points. Packers are giving 7 points against the Rams. when in all due respect to the Packers, they've looked like shit all year. Honestly. I don't know why they all of a sudden are favoring them by 7 points. I get it. The Rams shut down shop, but they did just come back and beat the actual Raiders. What does that tell me? It tells me that the team's not giving up. They don't have any draft picks, so it's not like they're trying to throw the last couple of games to be in a good scenario, right? They have no reason to throw games, so they're competing. They're competing. 7 points is a lot of points, man. It really genuinely is. This is, again, another one of those games where I won't be surprised if the Rams just fucking win outright. Honestly, dude, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Money line is 247. That's wild, man. 39.5 over under. I don't know. Maybe the weather is awful or something. It's at 5:15. It's a Monday night game in Green Bay. Let me check one thing on this. Because if it's awful weather, and you know LA plays in LA, dome at that, but still, all the players are used to being all cozied up and being warm. So if it's bad weather, I can see why that spread's so high. Shows up sunny on my end. Still might be cold as shit though. 0 degrees. Am I seeing this right? Oh, 0 Fahrenheit. That's still, dude, that's a cold game, man. Whew, that's a cold game. Rams defense hasn't been up to par. You know what? I don't know about this game, man. This game's kind of funny to me, man. We're going to preview that game on Monday night on the show we do on Monday night. Mondays, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Sick as Fool will be back in the building. So I ain't solo Manolo out here talking shit by myself. AJ will be back then. We'll recap that game then because I got to look into this, man. This is it's a weird spread. And weather can change at that. Oh, shout out to Rafi, man. What's up? 100%, man. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, Todd. Good insight as always, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that to the fullest. Yes, Gabe. All love. Appreciate you guys so much, man. Hey, man, look, I had fun, bro. It was a little bit different without having my co-host, but early on in the show, man, if you guys missed it and you want to laugh at some shit, you could catch Nikki F. Baby. She was talking about why she's choosing teams, and she's all over the place on her rhyme or reason, but as a good support system, she wanted to jump on it and show me some support, so I wasn't all by myself to start the show, man. Love her to death, man. Appreciate that to the fullest. Without anything else to say, bro, I just want to say, first of all, thank you to every single person that jumped on here, whether it was for a few minutes, whether you stayed the whole show. I appreciate you to the fullest. People that are tuning in afterwards that might catch this on the flip side, I appreciate you as always. It's very simple. At OnsideKickingIt.com takes you straight to our YouTube channel. OnsideKickingIt.com takes you straight to our YouTube channel. At OnsideKickingIt for Twitter, for Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube, whatever platform you use, you can find us for the most part. As far as AJ goes, you'll see his handle at the bottom there, at Sick as Fool. AJ, he's got his own IG as well with us. He's also got his own TikTok. Follow him. He's also just started his YouTube channel, man. You can catch his Pitbull skateboarding, bro. My dude's about to give you some fucking content that's worth subscribing to. So if you fuck with me or you fuck with Onside Kicking It, follow at Sick as Fool's YouTube page, bro, and watch his Pitbull skate fucking board. Seriously, bro. Not just like some bullshit, like he's skating, bro. He gets on the board by himself and he's skating, bro. A Pitbull. Check out his page. He's got that shit on Instagram. He's got that shit on TikTok. But more importantly on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell, bro. I always forget to tell you guys this. Hit the fucking bell. That bell is massive. Because rather than me having to text all the homies to make sure I don't miss anybody, which I will miss people, and I apologize if I ever have missed you. I try to send you guys an alert when I'm going live every day that I'm going live. Again, that's Mondays and Thursdays for y'all watching, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. recap the NFL on Mondays, preview the NFL on Thursdays. I try and get to all you guys and make sure of it, but sometimes I mess up. Players make mistakes too, right? With that being said, hit the bell. That's where I'm going with this. Hit the bell. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. I just uploaded a short on tonight's game. I think this is a lock, you guys. I got Seattle to score less than 7.5 points against the Niners tonight. Like, comment if you can, all that fun stuff, man. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're watching this video, by the way, in a replay zone, hit up the comment section for me, man. No one gets to see the love that we get on this live chat. They're never able to see it. So when I go to my videos, sometimes I realize I have no comments, and I'm like, how is that? Well, live chat's different than comments. So for those of you that are tuning in after the show has already been recorded and you can't participate in the live chats, you can still leave some questions, fantasy advice, the whole 9 yards. All day, every day, we're available for you guys to give you fantasy, starts and sits, must adds, shit like that all the time. We absolutely love talking football. So hit us up. Again, at Onside Kicking It, all platforms, at IamGhosts_AF on all platforms, and at Sick as Fool on all platforms. Man, it was a pleasure being here with y'all. I love all y'all in every single way. Please enjoy yourself, be safe tonight, and check our channel for some content in between now and Monday. If your team's in the playoff hunt, good luck to them.